But do you incorporate your art into your clothing, or is it kind of art on a wall and the shoes and clothes?
I try to incorporate both.
Hmm?
There's definitely more sometimes design aspects on clothing, but I try to incorporate my artwork and design into one piece. And then also, I do sell my art prints on my website as well. So I have, if I can't incorporate it, I have it as like you could buy just the artwork itself.
Welcome to the Business Ownership Podcast, brought to you by Awareness Strategies, helping you navigate the waters between entrepreneurship and ownership. Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedlick, and I'm super glad that you're here with us today because I am here with my most amazing guests. Yes, that's right. We have a duo today. It's going to be awesome. We have Ocean and we have the illustrious Deb Drummond. So what I want to do is start with Ocean is tell us a little bit about who you are and highlight your business for us.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Ocean. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur here in Vancouver, Canada, with a passion for art and streetwear and clothing and design.
Very fun. And Deb, give us a highlight of who you are and what you do for business.
All right. So I am also in Vancouver, beautiful British Columbia, Canada. I'm heading into my 32nd year of entrepreneurship. My company is Mission Accepted Media and DebDrummond.com. And basically, I serve entrepreneurs.
Lovely. So, Ocean, let's get into how did you get into streetwear? And for those who don't know what that means, can you explain what streetwear is?
How did I get into streetwear? Well, I was always a sneakerhead for the longest time, and that correlates with sneakers and streetwear. So it's just like one big pile I just got into, and then like selling and trading sneakers. And it just comes with the streetwear. You go to the street vendors, and I just love it. I was always wanted to design my own, and I thought it'd be amazing to see my stuff at these vendors like well, Bape or Supreme were like the big ones at the time. And I just fell in love with it, learned how to make sneakers, learned how to cut and sew and make custom pattern making. And it's been a big hobby of mine for the longest time. And so now having my own clothing line, it means I could actually pursue my passion.
And I'm assuming your passion is streetwear, or is there
Yeah, for
something else
sure.
going on?
Streetwear and art for sure. I do a lot of drawings and paintings, and so I try to collaborate it with all one line. So I
Nice.
try to add both.
Okay, so I am clearly from a certain generation, and my interpretation of streetwear was always like bands and
So,
stuff
yeah,
that you wore while you were skateboarding. But when you're talking about streetwear, there's actual vendors that go in and sell their own custom made, custom designed whatevers, and you're actually selling them in these well, I used to see them in kind of Mexico and things like that when we would travel around. I'm from Calgary, so I didn't see it a whole lot because it's too freaking cold here to put a blanket down and put some of your wares down. But that's what you're talking about, right? Is you are creating your own design and selling it to the people that are kind of there and shopping the new and funky and designer stuff.
that's where it kind of all started for me because I used to go to the street vendors and sneaker con, and that's where they were selling it and everything. So that's how I got really into it. But I sell my stuff online at the moment, but definitely would like to be have my own store in the future, maybe like a 5 year down the line.
Very fun. So when it comes to, do you incorporate your art and design into the sneakers and the clothing, or is it and I would name some people, but I'm not going to bore you with that, and they're all going to be out of date anyway, so it doesn't matter. But do you incorporate your art into your clothing, or is it kind of art on a wall and the shoes and clothes?
I try to incorporate both.
Hmm?
There's definitely more sometimes design aspects on clothing, but I try to incorporate my artwork and design into one piece. And then also, I do sell my art prints on my website as well. So I have, if I can't incorporate it, I have it as like you could buy just the artwork itself.
Very fun. And so have you been around long enough to kind of develop who your ideal clientele is, or is there a kind of a body of people that tend to buy your things the most?
Um, it's kind of vast so far. I have a lot of, well, younger demographic, but also a bit of mom's demographic as well, just to help me push, because it's all very new, to help me support my brand and keep going. So it's not a very set age range. I
Very
got a
cool. So
vast
if you
amount
could
amount.
describe your art anyway, how would you describe it?
I do a lot of tattooing style, like a lot of traditional Japanese tattooing style, and then sometimes some like American traditional style. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. And then I also do like landscapes, like scenery sometimes, and black and white. My vast style, I have a lot of different styles I like to do. The tattooing style has been one I've been just repeatedly doing. And even made a couple last night. I just like do it on my iPad. I just like kind of shoot them out. And then I send it to mom. And then she always says she likes it. So it's good.
Ah, that's so nice. You gotta have nice to have support. My mama used to look at my art and go, "What is it?" Nice, thanks. So, how did you get into the Japanese style of art as your thing? That's a very well. They have a few very unique styles. There's so talk to me about that.
I always liked at a young age that look. It was a very unique look. It very stands out. Like when you look at it, you know it's that style. I don't know. I just kind of gravitated towards it, and I wanted also a tattoo at the time too. So I was just designing, and I was just like putting two together and just trying new styles because I like to kind of do what I want at that time. Like sometimes I feel like brain is all over the place with stuff like this. I just kind of do what I feel like that day and then see if I like it.
Nice, I love it. So, has anybody come up to you and told you that they got your work tattooed to themselves?
No, no, not yet. I haven't had that opportunity, but I think it'd be cool if somebody did. Well, now we have a vast amounts of whoever listening. If you'd like to, that'd be pretty cool.
Right. Well, and
Yeah.
there's a few things that I've noticed. Some tattoo artists are like, no, that's his art. I won't tattoo it. And then some people are like, well, they get the temporary tattoos done, and it's just super fun way to be able to play with the art and not have necessarily a permanent memorabilia of you.
Yeah.
Do you have any aspirations of kind of where that art is going to go? You mentioned prints, so I'm assuming you're doing multiple takes on it and selling those.
Yeah, we have prints at the moment, and then I for like my designs, I try to incorporate the pieces into it. But if I like to just I guess just print so far. Prints and designs is the way I'm going at the moment. So that's yeah, pretty much.
Very fun. So, Mom, what's your favorite part of this whole adventure?
Oh, wow. Well, we come from a creative, there's a lot of creative genes in our gene pool. And I saw him being really creative around 10. And then at 12, when he sat me down, and told me he was a sneakerhead and a hype beast, I was like, dude, what are you doing online? And so then he got me involved. I was really interested and intrigued because, of course, as a business person, Michelle, I'm sure you do the same thing, is I started Googling and I'm like, these conventions are in Japan and they're in New York and they're in Toronto. And I'm like, let's get a ticket. And I'm like, what is this all about? And then I started Googling and it's like, oh, the industry is multi-billion. And I'm like, what's going on? So the fact that he rolled into creativity wasn't surprising to me. But when your 16-year-old is sitting there at a sewing machine, making their first bandana, I got to tell you, it's a hashtag pride mom kind of moment when you know that your kid's nailed or is in something and then really in. And so, we've been, obviously Ocean just turned 20. So we've been doing this for a long time. It's really great when I see some of the offers. Like you were just talking about tattoos, right? So Modified by Ink contacting Ocean and saying, we'd like you to do all of the t-shirts for all of our TV episodes. And I'm like, look at dude. And I'm going to North Carolina to get tattooed on one of the shows, of which Ocean will be designing the t-shirt. And so who knows, Ocean might have his first piece on someone's body. Now he's looking for someone else because I'm his mom. But those kind of things are just so creatively interesting. So when he shoots me his stuff, I get this wave of like, man, awesome, good for you. Like and he hung in here, right? It's kind of like, he gave up the drums and the guitar, which was breaking my heart, to go over to fashion. But yet the dedication is probably the biggest thing for me.
Nice. I'm going to get back to you in a second, Ocean, but you brought up but he's not following the thing I want him to do. And I know a lot of parents have a real issue with that. I've coached so many people. It's like, oh, I used to read a lot as a kid. And my parents would always say, get out of the house. And other ones would be like, oh, all I wanted to do is go and play soccer. And my parents like, go read a book. It is so difficult for parents to be able to step back and just go, hey, this is your life. It's not mine. What other kind of difficulties did you have, and how do you know kind of where the boundaries are of I'm supporting versus I'm pushing and or I'm not helping enough?
Yeah. So when I say it broke my heart, it's just because I have a 12-step program with music. I need to go to a class and, because I love it, but I had no issue him stepping into this, because literally at 10 years old, when I said I saw it, we were in a furniture store and he said, that pillow over there needs to be on that couch. I was like, oh, there it is. So I saw it coming. I'm super excited. Break my heart just means that he went from one creative thing to another, and I still have his guitar in the living room. But I think in terms of difficulty, I think, I talk about this, like being a momager and all that kind of stuff, is I don't think we've experienced it so much. But there's a dip because I am an entrepreneur, and Ocean's been in my world as an entrepreneur, and he's gone to trade shows with me. And when I had to go open up Australia, I'm like, hey, dude, you want to go to Australia? He's like, yeah, that'd be fine. So he understands the variability of like being an entrepreneur. But, we have to change our dynamic in conversation from mom and son to business. And sometimes that's tough. Like, do you, like he's sitting in meetings with CFOs and I can see the glaze, and then I have to break it out. And that's not stuff that I think he gets excited about going on, but we have to have our own way of communicating as family, and then our own way of communicating as business, and have a lot of respect for each other and allow each other to shine where they are. And I think we tag team the power of that pretty well. But, there's times where he'll say to me, well, it's my decision. And as a mom, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. In this arena, it is.
Right. Awesome. Well, don't feel too bad, Ocean. I know a lot of people that hate being in meetings. So it's not necessarily a prerequisite to be going into business or in doing well.
No.
But I totally appreciate the dynamics of sometimes you're in a business meeting, and God knows, I wish I had the opportunity to be able to go, I just want my mom. If people are being mean, I don't know what you want from me. That has got to be seriously hard, being 20 years old and rocking the world in an industry that, I mean, yeah, mom's a rock star and she's got a lot of experience, and I had to go open Australia. Said no one ever except for your mom. And I mean, how do you feel? Is it pressure to keep up and kind of bring up that level of expectation, or is there times when it's just fun and she's having a tough time trying to keep up?
I don't think it's a hard time to keep up the expectation. Like, I don't think I have an expectation. The word, I don't have it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it with mom. There's more things that's like, it's fun for me to design stuff, and then mom's like, you should do it like this. And I'm like, that's when I go like, mom, it's my design. It's like, I like it like this. That was the only time when she talks about, but I don't think I have actually like to that level. I think it's just fun. So
nice. Well, I know from watching hockey that it's very Canadian experience to have people that reach a certain level of accomplishment to go, thanks, mom. So do you feel like that when you're out and doing shows and selling your things and going, oh my God, this is so cool. This my mom got me here.
Yeah, definitely. I think mom's help definitely helps me a lot for sure. Yeah, I definitely thankful that mom's on the team, and because it's hard for me to do all the money stuff and well, I do the inventory stuff, but the like how much we need to sell items for to make profit and all those like the minimum order and those kind of things are definitely hard for me to keep up with, especially all the number stuff. It's hard for me to keep count of that. So it's definitely good to have like mom on the team for sure.
Right. Well, and I think you're learning a very helpful business skill. Most people take a really long time to is stick to what you're good at and hire people that are really good at what they do that complements that. Because I know so many creatives and artists, and it's like seriously, dude, you're just bumming me out. I just want to go and paint. Like, let me go paint, you do you, and I'll do me, and we're good to go. So when it comes to your business and the kind of there's the learning and the acumen, but is there a driver that moves you towards kind of the goals, dreams, and ambitions, or are you just kind of going, hey, the world is my ocean, I can do whatever I want, pun intended?
I don't think there's I think it's probably both, honestly. Like I just design throughout the day. Like I'll just go throughout the day, do designs, and then show mom later. And then I obviously want to do this full time, so there's definitely a drive to keep it up, and posting and strategy for social media. And there's definitely that drive, but it's also like having fun with it. It's like when I'm home and I have a little bit of time to actually do something, I'll just design something real quick or draw something out, or even custom pattern making for next upcoming items. I think it's a mix of both. I definitely want to keep it up, and there's definitely that drive there that I want to make this full time, but there's also it's freeing because I get to design when I want to, and it doesn't feel forced, which is a very good thing.
Nice. So have you noticed that your following is, are they following you for the sake of following you, or are they getting emotionally involved in stuff and interacting with you and kind of carrying that energy forward?
I'm hoping they get the interaction and actually like follow me because they like what I'm doing and want to see me get further in life. I hope it's that one. I definitely try to do that for sure. I definitely want not people just to follow me because it's another clothing line. I definitely want people to follow me because this is my journey and this is what I want to do. So I'm trying to definitely get on that personal level with that.
Nice. Deb, do you have any aspirations for where you see the business going, or are you also going like, I see everything?
No. I mean, I think things, you've been in business for a long time, Michelle, right? You know how things morph and grow. And I think Ocean coming out of the game with actually 35 items, which is a lot of SKUs for a brand new, right? So hoodies, hats, t-shirts. On t-shirts, he has his artwork. Like the one he's wearing right now is like the design with extra puff. And like, there's so many details that have gone into it. It took him 2 years. You want to talk about having patience? I was losing patience. It took him 2 years to pick the factories that we're going to make and, highly ethical and what they do in the world and how they support women and, all this kind of really cool stuff. For me as a mom, I think, it comes down to that cliche that I'll just sound like a Hallmark card. We just want them to do what makes them happy, because then that's what makes them healthy, right? Like I want we want our kids to be mentally healthy, which means like a high level of joy and happiness, because we know that the world's going to give them a kickabout anyways, because that's what life does. So I think if you've got something that you can rely on that is so passion built. The other thing is, I think that Ocean's meaning of his company is, it means nostalgia, good feelings and good memories. And he's like, I just want people wear my stuff. I just want them to have that. Like, I want it to be the stuff that you pull out of your closet to have good times with. And so I want him to have the same experience building the company. And then, I mean, he sent me designs, Michelle, the other day, and I wish I could show the world. That's the hardest thing for me, of these incredible pants and his own fashion design line, because he's putting his artwork on another company's products right now, but that are designing it for him. But he really wants to get to that sewing. That makes me excited for him, because I really have always seen him kind of in that light. And I think he's just a good person doing good things that's got a story to tell when it's time. And no, I don't really see the next step for him. I think it's going to be an organic growth, and he's perfectly well doing what he's doing. So, and if that changed one day, it would be an organic extension. I don't think this kid could, if he wanted to, stop drawing. I just don't think he could. And I don't want him to, but I just don't think it's something that goes away, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you feel the same way. I see your head nodding. So what would you like to add to that?
I do want to mention something though, because when he said that he does pictures. So right now, and look, it's an open invitation, please go to Ocean's Patreon. You can pay and support or not pay and support. But if you do pay, and I think we've got like $3 a month people can pay. Ocean just did the most incredible, because he has to do an exclusive piece of art for people that join his Patreon. And it was exactly that. Like, we were going back and forth, and he was put it up, and I was like, "Ooh, I love those colors." And he's like, "I like these colors." I go, "Yeah, but go back to those." And he kind of looks at me. I'm like, "Okay, I get it." Right?
Oh, that is fun. I could talk to you guys forever. So let's go there, because I know our audience wants more from you too. So how did they start that journey with you? How did they find your Patreon account and all that kind of fun stuff?
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was gonna talk about Patreon and then tell them where to go on. But Patreon is probably the most exclusive, because even if you're a free member, you get everything first. So everything we're doing and every drop that he does, we release it there first. And so it's also a platform where if people want to donate, they get really cool stuff, right? So depending on what level they come in, they get really cool stuff. And I would imagine we're going to have our Patreon link in your show notes. But Ocean, why don't you tell everybody your Patreon name, and then, because you got to make sure you add, like, it's Natsukashii Inc., not just Natsukashii, because people out there have that, and then your Instagram.
Yeah, well, it's if you go to my Instagram, it's in the link, so you'd find all three: my TikTok, Patreon, and website as well. So if you just go to Natsukashii Inc., so Natsukashiink, that's all one word, like Natsukashii Inc. Yeah, you'll find all my stuff in my link, bio. Everything that we've been talking about today is right there on the Instagram page. And you could click on we have posts where you click on the product and it takes you straight to the website. So make it very easy and user-friendly. So
Nice. Yes. And peeps, you can, of course, play that back and get all of that audio, or you can scroll down, click on the links, open it up in a new browser, because we're not done yet. So tell me the story behind the name, because obviously there's a name behind, or a story behind that name.
yeah, the name is called Natsukashii, and it was just I heard somebody say it online one time. I thought that sounds pretty cool. And I know we were thinking about names to choose for a company, and we have, I think, like 10 names down. And so I was like, Natsukashii, okay, this is pretty cool. And I searched up what it meant, and it was like fond memories and nostalgia. And that's what Mom was saying earlier, which was I was trying to go for. But we had, yeah, like 10 names down on the ground. And then we picked one away each day, and then sometimes like two or three. And so we were down to the last decision. I can't even remember what the other name was at this point, but I know it took us a long time to choose Natsukashii, and I'm glad we did, because I would have regretted it if we didn't. So it's that's how the name become.
I love it. That is a great story. And I get to ask you, because it's my show, at what point in life did you know you were special kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur, Ocean?
Well, I didn't think
Yesterday.
I was super crazy. I didn't, I don't know, just because most of my family has their own thing. So, like, obviously, Mom had her own therapy company and massage company. And then my dad's a designer, so he works freehand. So he works with a whole bunch of different companies. So I always knew it was just there, and I thought it was always an option for sure because I didn't really like working like for another person. I thought this is what I want to do for like do something I always wanted, and I know that's the right way for me at least.
Nice. So did you ask mom to help you, or did mom say, hey, I think you could make a business out of this?
No, I definitely asked mom for help because she knew stuff. So she knew how
Yes,
to
she
actually
does.
run. Yeah, she actually knows how to run one, and I obviously didn't because I just, I mean, I've always wanted to since I was like young to have my own clothing line. I know we waited, I think maybe like 5, 6 years until we actually did it because I wanted to do it when I was young, and mom was like, "Well, we'll see if you still want to do it in the next couple of years," and I still did, and then the next more couple of years, and then I was like 19, and I'm like, "Okay, let's go!" Like I still want to do it, so um, definitely, definitely, have always wanted to do it. It's just always been there.
That is awesome. I am so excited for you. I'm jealous of your mom that she gets to play in your arena all the time. Because I think you're going to have an amazing run at this. It's going to be super fun. I hope you enjoy every step of the way. Any last words for our peeps, Ocean?
Um, I guess just do what makes you happy. Honestly, just it doesn't really matter what people say. Like, see my hair, I dyed it white because I just felt like it. I was like, just do what you kind of want. I was like, and I even went to the gym, and then people were like, "What?" And then even people liked it. They're like, "That's sick. Keep going." So, kind of do what makes you happy, and don't worry about what people say.
I love it. Deb, any last words for our peeps?
No, other than, I think the moment when Ocean sat me down on the couch and said, I want to be an entrepreneur at 15, the first thing out of my mouth was like, you never want to eat off the dining room table. I don't know why that was the first thing that came out of my mouth, but I did say to him, this isn't the easy route, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being who he is, he's like, I just can't imagine, because people ask him, why don't you design for the people? And he's like, I don't want people to tell me what to do. So I think that's a fundamental for him and a creative. But no, I'm just super happy that people are responding in the way that they are. And and then I think that's where Ocean's mixed market comes from, because there's actually, his market is of course that younger demographic, but look at also the parents of that younger demographic that wear the hoodies, that wear the beanies. And so it's really interesting that he's actually target marketing two demographics, those that want to be cool and those that want to go back to being cool. You know what I mean? So, and that's us. So
I'm totally so. Well, and I think Japan, you picked a great one there because they have a fantastic tradition of going back thousands of years, and they're still, dare I say, hip and cool. I think they're always going to have a affinity towards the exotic, and I think that we naturally are attracted to that no matter what age we are. So, Ocean, thank you so much for your time and effort. I know how valuable it is, and I appreciate it immensely.
Thank you.
Awesome. Deb, thank you as well, because I know you got a ton of stuff going on right now. You must be chomping at the bit to go and get it done. So thank you for your time.
no, absolutely. And Michelle, we so appreciate, because this is this whole venture between two people. I think it's happening all over the world, and it's super real. Kids are doing what they're doing, and parents are like either lost or exhausted or excited or not. But we appreciate you taking time. Your show rocks, and you've done a lot of work in terms of media, and we know that we're benefiting from that right now. So we appreciate that. And you're going to have to go on to, it's natsukashiinc.world in case someone tries to go to .com. Ocean has a big vision, and pick something. And we next time we see you, we absolutely want to get some pictures with you. Take some pictures of wearing some merch, get the merch looking cool, and we will.
I'm gonna have full arm tat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And pick a beanie. I think you'd be great in a beanie, and then you and your audience will get some pictures out there. So we know we appreciate you. This is a great gift.
I am totally going to go to that website right now and check it out, because I've been looking for one art piece, and I'm like, oh, that could look really cool right there. That would be fantastic. So you might get a little commission out of it if it's not exactly what I want. Awesome. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate it. Peeps, thank you for being here with us today. Be sure to subscribe to the show and share it with your friends. We love helping entrepreneurs grow.
Are you running a business over 7 figures but still struggling with technology headaches? Pay attention, you do not want to miss this offer. This podcast episode is brought to you by Awareness Strategies, who is offering a custom-built digital adoption roadmap for anyone running a business over 7 figures who's wanting to grow their business in the next 5 years. And it's not just a roadmap, they offer full implementation as well if that scares the out of you. Check out awarenessstrategies.com/roadmap for more details today. The link's in the show's notes. Don't regret not doing this. Do it now. That's awarenessstrategies.com/roadmap.